which is sort of a negative way of feeling high.
That happens a lot when people first really meet me and see me.
That's right. Every time I see Sadie, the world almost goes black and I faint. So Sadie has been a very popular and very inconsistent columnist on ElephantJournal.com. Yeah, apparently she's busy, doing awesome stuff, and so this is really our first conversation, so I'm very excited about it. She represents, obviously, a sort of modern yoga, and we're going to get into what that might be. And she has a sense of humor, and she has a sense of style, and those are two things I appreciate being mixed with the yoga tradition. So thank you. Or remixed, perhaps.
My pleasure. Remixed. I'm excited. I know I've never talked to you before like this.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried a few times, but your agent and, you know, your TV deals and, yeah.
Talk to my people.
Yeah, exactly.
We're painting a great picture of me right now. It's,
well, we have a sense of humor, so
we
she can handle it. So, no, but that's actually what I'm, if it's okay, I'd love to ask you is, you're a great example. I was thinking about Louis C.K., you know, skipped the middleman, skipped selling his album for $30 to his fans and sold it for $5 directly online. Super inspiring in terms of media. Macklemore, anyone like Macklemore out here?
Yeah.
Or Louis C.K. if you want to yell for either. Macklemore had the #1 song in the U.S., perhaps up here, and is independent. He's not signed to a major label. And I think the same on some level is happening in yoga, where you can see whether it's yourself or other examples, people creating their own career without going through a traditional path. So first I wanted to ask, you know, about that, we'll take a step back about what is yoga for you? Because obviously you are successful, you're focusing on it like a career, but obviously it's got to be a lot more than that. So what is the notion of career in yoga for you?
Well, it's really interesting because I was just having dinner with Bo and Leslie last night, and we were talking about that a little bit. I mean, I look around myself now, and it seems like I'm getting branded. I've got a show, I've got the book, and people see me in a certain way. But that way is the way that they can see me is because that's the way that I am. This is how I am. I didn't create or cultivate this in order to bust out into the yoga scene and be the chick with whatever, you know, the tattoos and the shaved head. This has been my nature since, but way before I started even thinking about teaching yoga. And so for me, the career has kind of convalesced around what I already do naturally, which is help people, aim to help them heal themselves in ways, aim to help them transform. I've always been like that. I'm a giver. I was an over-giver. Still sometimes can be, but my personal practice was always about hugging in and containing myself and knowing myself and then being authentic and sharing my truth with any relationship. It so happened that I began to be put in front of yoga classes when my teacher moved to India. And I said, no, I don't want to teach yoga. No, but I will for you because I love you and you need somebody, so I'll help you. So I stepped in front of my first class, right, with a red cowgirl hat on and dog collar necklace. Who knows what I was punk rocking out that time. And so I started teaching, and then I started gaining a lot of students. Maybe because I wasn't talking in anyone's voice, I didn't know how to do that. I knew my own voice, and I would just say what I felt and give my own perspectives on yoga. And so that started rolling, and all of a sudden I'm asked to do things like the conferences, and I said, no, I'm not, I don't want to travel, I don't want to be one of those touring yoga people, I don't think it's my path, I just want to stay in town, teach my classes, and not go all out there. And then it happened. I said yes to it, it's so fun, it's so rewarding, I want to keep going. So I think the career found me as I am. I didn't create myself for the career. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, it's hard for me to imagine being a cynical person that anyone would, a young yoga teacher would say no to conferences and stuff. And particularly now, you're so powerful in terms of social media and Twitter and reaching out and connecting. what is that balance of reaching out and building a following, which is important. If yoga is a good offering, it's good to build that following.
Yeah.
And kind of just becoming a marketing person.
Right. It's funny because anyone who knows me will say this too to you. This is actually how I live off the mat as well as on. I never started out with social media to gain a following. I thought one day waking up from a nap, I want to teach more people yoga, and I'm frustrated because I don't know, I only have like 8 people in my class, and I wasn't thinking I want more people to come to my class. I was thinking I just want more people to find out about yoga. So I said, well, that YouTube thing is weird, but I guess I could go out, buy a camera, make a video, and stick some up there, and then anyone could learn yoga. And so I did that, and I kept doing it. And then what happened was I got a little bit addicted to it because of the feedback I was getting and the fact that I was helping people, and they were so happy and so grateful, and that kind of love that was coming into my life was something that I'd never experienced before.
Yeah, you like climbed it started flowing. Sorry, I had a little stutter there.
Yeah, I primed the pump and it started flowing, and for me the most important thing was always, like if there was a hurt child or a hurt, I'm always the first one on the scene. I stay with this person, and it doesn't matter, I'll give up my day, I want this person to feel good. So when I started seeing that I was affecting people in the way that is so important for me to do, then I wanted to make more for them. And yes, it did feel good, it's definitely something that I felt I wanted as a human being, and it was nice to have that relationship and fusion of appreciation, but I really always did it for that reason, and I noticed peripherally, more people are coming to my class, or people want me to come teach in their city now. How do I do that? So I had to reach out and find people to help me go where I felt I was needed, so it was very organic, and I think from the outside it can often seem like I'm doing this on purpose. At this point now I'm just trying to structure what's happening in a way where I don't deplete myself, where I can contain some of my own abundance and go on vacations and things, but really I give way more than I ask, and that's how I'll always be. So the people around me, their job is to help me give to myself as well as others. But it's not a marketing thing. Interesting.
So, I guess perhaps this is because I'm in this world of where advertising and environmentalism and yoga and all these things come together. I find this, and I give a lot of talk, like last year I was at South by Southwest talking about social media with mindfulness with Sean Corn and some others, Vikram.
Yeah.
So as opportunities come your way, as a very popular yoga teacher, how do you choose what to accept and what to reject, which is sort of the translation of prajna in Buddhism, discriminating awareness? Is it ethically based, or do you just, on some level, say, well, this is a great offer and I'm gonna change them or something?
It's a really great question. Whenever something comes my way, I check in with myself and I forget about the money. Because you can't think about that. Because otherwise you'll say, that's $8 grand. I should probably figure out a way to become ethically aligned with what this is. Some way. I cannot for any amount of money participate in something that is not aligned with my truth. Period. I've turned down massive amounts of money from sponsors and things because of that. There is a halfway point though, where if someone wants to pay me for something and I'm doing something that's pretty aligned with me, I'm not so into it, but I'm going to take that money and give to Children International or something with it. To me that could outweigh, but I will never do something that I'm against. I think it's discernment, and for any of us, all we do all day long is make these decisions, and we're always offered something, right? Whether it's a yoga teacher being offered some kind of gig, or whether it's you being offered a relationship from someone else, or a job opportunity, or any choice throughout your day. I think the next step is to really surrender and say, okay, this could happen. Are fears arising? Can I deal with the fear around it so that I'm not answering from that? Like, I need to make money, or I have to take this because I'm almost broke, or and then just check in with yourself deeper and say, is this something that is resonating with me? Do I feel like it's a yes? Because like my co-teacher Tyler says, if it's not a yes, it's a no. So if I feel like a maybe, I don't do it. If I feel a no, I don't do it. If I don't feel a big yes around something, I don't do it. And that's what's led me so far, is aligning with that spark, that life force, that yes, that rightness. If I just put the fear aside and I just go for that only, that has accelerated, I think, my progress, my spiritual deepening, but also my emergence on the yoga scene to be able to speak my truth to people. Because I've really tried to kind of do a keto and navigate that. And sometimes I don't do it well, and then I don't feel good about it, and I knew it from the beginning, but, you know.
But you learn.
You learn.
So I love that you said that, speak your truth, because I don't know how much people really care on some level. On some level, you just want to go to a great yoga class with a charismatic teacher, but there is so much, trying to think of a polite word, there's so much marketing in a negative sense, so much PR behind the scenes in this world. And you wrote one of my favorite articles ever about sort of how the system works for these teachers and all that. And it felt like water for someone dying of thirst, because it was one of the first times I'd ever seen any prominent yoga teacher be frank about the business of yoga. So I thank you for that, and I hope I supplicate you to continue speaking your truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure
I think it's good for people to know. I mean, we do, at this point, if I want to continue offering to a wide amount of people, and that's what drives me now, I want to see how many people I can reach with the message of self-centering, of self-nourishment. Like the metta meditation is exactly what I teach in a different way. I call it core strength, but it's actually core love, and that core relationship being functional. So I'm driven to see how many people I can reach with that message, because otherwise I feel like in this lifetime I haven't done my job. I haven't been responsible to the things that I know and to my community, world community, to share that. So I've created and I've accepted managers who actually love yoga and love what they do and are only here to serve me and aren't here to take me off my message at all.
You're talking about Ava
Taylor, Yama Talent. I mean, she lives it, she breathes it, she's respectful to me. She'll never make me do anything I don't want to do. And together we've created these avenues to reach a lot of people, and that's taken weekly meetings and structures and stuff. And yes, marketing and letting you guys know who I am and what I have to stand for, And for me, I will always be transparent, because I don't want anyone, you will, but I don't want anyone ever to think that this is image-driven or superficial or all about Sadie or I'm a rising yoga teacher. I really could give a ish about any of that, and I just want to love my life and share it. Share my authenticity. So maybe whoever watches me will be more of themselves, because I do truly, honestly think that's the only way that we're going to heal this world. Is if everybody steps up and lives in love inside and out. That's that. And I'll do this till I die, or until YouTube goes off the air.
There will always be Vimeo. So thank you, Sadie Nardini.
Namaste, everybody.